Okay, guys, just thought I'd show you this because it's kind of interesting. So I went to Walmart this morning buying some personal stuff, and I always make a point to try and hit the toy section. And I found these Disney castles. They're particularly called Storytime Stackers, and they had three different ones. They had two from Frozen and one from Aladdin, and I was almost tempted to get the Aladdin one because it was sort of pseudo Middle Eastern architecture, but I decided not to because it had a lot of molded in sort of relief that wouldn't make much architectural sense. However, of the three, this Frozen one seemed pretty interesting. Now, of course, it's girl's toy, so we've got a bunch of girl tchotchke. So if you have a little girl in your life, you can pass these little parts on to her and keep this castle for yourself. So it simply unfolds. It doesn't fold flat, which is kind of potentially interesting for a 1/32 scale architecture. I'm even thinking this is potentially interesting. I could possibly cut this snowflake off, or I can just cut it off here and then just have this interesting piece of European looking architecture. This is just cardboard and it can be easily pressed through, but I'm thinking just a simple coat of gray primer would make this go a long way. So it has molded in detail, but it's almost forgivable because this could be like bas relief sculptural, architectural, simply low relief detail. It doesn't have to be fully half round columns and stuff like that. And I think once it's painted up, the block work and the lattice in the windows could really be forgiving a lot. So let's say it's just a sort of like a European sort of street side shops or a shopping center, maybe even a bank or something. I could Dremel these parts out and then fold this perfectly 90 for a full facade or a full flat facade. But I kind of like that it has a little angle. So here's from a top view, you can see, and it gives it some interesting things that you can work with. So to give you some reference here, here's a Britain's Kubelwagen, and let's say that's parked there. And then I have the Mars 1/32 scale Volkssturm soldiers, or fighters, I guess you would call them, because they're not really an organized army. So to give you a sense of scale, that's how they'd look in there. I like this. I think it's really cool. I always try to make a point to hit the toy departments and see what I can pick up. So interspersed with some of the other buildings, I think this could make a nice little Anytown thing in Europe. And if you, for example, this thing, this is a little latch that helps keep it closed. If you wanted to take that off and you didn't like that, just put a Dremel in an impact hole right there and give it some battle damage and stuff. So let's see. Once we paint this, we could put our little Disney princess Panzerfaust up here, and she can have, what is going on up there? So there's like pegs and stuff like that for figures. Princess Panzerfaust can have her firing position right there. And yeah, I mean, for a few bucks, I'm pretty pleased with this. I'll wash it, I'll paint it up, or I'll prime it, and then we'll see what it looks like. And then I'll give you another update after it's primed. So that's my Friday pickup. Have a good weekend, folks.